What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video your girl is here to bring you a different form of a collection video. Today I want to just highlight black owned brands. These are all the black owned brands that I believe I have in my collection. I mean, it's me, so I could be missing something, but generally 99%. This is all of the black owned brands that I have in my collection. Now, I didn't pull out every last product because I do have multiples of some products just in my collection, but I wanted to just show a representation of the various black owned brands I have in my collection. This, in my opinion, is not enough. I will be doing significantly better in the upcoming years to just expand this part of my collection, but I still wanted to show you guys in case you were interested. I started off, actually this video was only going to be an eyeshadow palette, then I saw how few and I was like, maybe I can do lips, and I was like, so I just decided to just make this a whole big one video of just my black owned makeup collection video. So if you're excited and you're interested, then just keep watching. In case you were wondering, I did record this look. This is the second look of a 3 looks 1 palette. It will be coming up. When it's up, I will have it linked down below, and I would love it if you subscribed and liked this video, please. And let's just get into it. So I guess I'm going to start off with lip products because they're up in my area. Everything else is down on the floor, and your girl just ain't in the mood to get down to the flow. So the first brand of lip products that I want to talk about is, of course, Fenty. I have 2 different products from her. I have her Stunna lip paint, which I have this in the shade Unveil. This is a very nice nudie brown. In case you are wondering, I have lip swatched this. This is in a My Brown Lips video. I don't remember the name. It will be linked up above, but yeah, I really do enjoy this formula. Very nice, comfortable formula, and it is a matte liquid lipstick, in case you are wondering. I also have a few of her matte Mademoiselle lipsticks. I do want some more of her other formulas. She has 2 other bullet formulas, one that's a satin lip and the other that's a glossy lip. I want to try both. Haven't been able to, but I will be doing it. And the shades I have here are in Midnight Wasabi, which is her green, dark green, and then the other one is in One of the Boys, which is a really light purple lavender shade. So I do enjoy this formula. It is drying slightly, but it's a matte bullet lipstick, so what do you expect? Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy all her products so far. Haven't really hated anything yet. Next I want to highlight is Pat McGrath. I pulled out 2 of, I think, the 3 bullet lipsticks that I have from Pat, and this one is in 1995. This is like a light brownie nude. This is the velvet formula, so it is matte, but it's velvety, so it definitely has more give, and you can move it, unlike the Mademoiselle lipsticks from Fenty. And this one is in Genevieve, and this is more of a dark maroon type shade. Like I said, I enjoy Pat's formula. I got that when I got her limited edition palette that year, and just overall enjoy her stuff. Next we're going to talk about Colored Rain, and for Colored Rain I have 1 bullet lipstick and 1 of their, I think this is a lip gloss. I'm pretty sure it's a lip gloss. So the bullet lipstick I have is Arabian Nights, and this is a really pretty dark purple. Love this shade. Really nice formula. This is kind of more on the realm of Pat McGrath. It is a matte formula, but it's forgiving. You're not going to die having this baby on your lips. And then the other one is Blueprint, and this is, I'm 99% sure this is a lip gloss. I haven't used it in a really long time, if I've even used it, to be honest. I've never used it. Let's all right, so it looks like it's a pigmented gloss. It is like a blurple-y situation. I'll use it before I post this video, and I will put something on the screen because I have never used it. Next I'm going to highlight is Juvia's Place. I have quite a few stuff from Juvia's Place, and I'm going to highlight their liquid lipsticks. I have 2. These well, this is a lip gloss and this is one of the liquid lipsticks that I have. The lip gloss that I have is in Fumi. This is with her collaboration. I love this lip gloss. It is very pigmented, very comfortable, good to go. I don't think it's sticky at all. And then the other one is liquid lipstick, and this one happens to be in Soil. This I got in the duo with the really dark doo-doo shade, and I enjoy both of them. This formula is really comfortable, really easy to wear, liquid lipstick matte. Then I have another indie brand, and this indie brand is from the UK, and it is Unique Beauty. And I have two shades, two of the three shades that I have from them, and it's Maple and Hazel. These are both really pigmented liquid lipsticks. I actually have Hazel on my lips right, I think it's Hazel. Yeah, I have Hazel on my lips right now, and it has a sheen to it, but it is like a liquid lipstick. I think in their range they call these lip lacquers. Really comfortable, really glossy. It does wear off. The sheen definitely does wear off, but I enjoy it overall, and I'm just happy to have them in my collection. I will say that mine, the actual product smells, but it smelled since I bought them, so I think it was just that batch or something. I haven't had any reaction or anything, so I'm gonna keep them. Next, we're gonna go into foundations. I don't have very many foundations from Black owned brands, but we're gonna go ahead and start them off with Fenty. I have two shades in the Fenty foundation. I have the shade that actually matches me, which is 440, and the other one that is my summer shade, which is 470. I dramatically can tan dramatically, and I also have just been using 470 to deepen up my foundation. It is a part of the foundation concoction that is on my face today. I enjoy this foundation immensely. I think it wears really well. Not my longest wearing foundation, and it's about a medium coverage for me. I don't like a full coverage. It can be buildable to full, but I don't use it that way. I enjoy it, and I'm gonna stop holding them because it's making a really annoying sound. I enjoy the foundation. I would recommend it in case you are wondering. The other two I got from Target. I don't know if they're both still carried in Target, but that's where I found them. The first one is the Hailey's Reset Foundation. I believe I used this in my balm challenge that I failed. And I have this in the shade 7.25 Neutral. This is a perfect shade for me. I enjoy the shade immensely. Highly recommend this foundation. I get so much wear out of this. I haven't worn it all that much lately because it is one of my favorite foundations, so I do want to keep it. But I got so much wear out of it that yeah, I might repurchase this when I eventually get through it, after getting through all the foundations that I don't really love. And then the next one is the Hue Noir True Hues Flawless Matte Foundation in Chestnut. I enjoy this foundation not nearly as much as the Hailey's. I think this just applies a little bit more silkier. It is a matte, well, satinish medium coverage, whereas this is more of a full-on matte. I would say this is more high, medium to full coverage foundation. I do enjoy both of them for different reasons, but I will reach for this one a lot more than this one. Now it's time to talk about our cheek products. I have my one and only current Danessa Myricks product, and this is her, what is the name of this? This is her Power Bronzer or something. I know I did a bronzer video and I thought it said powder. I've been dragged multiple times in my comments for that video. You know, it is what it is. Either way, this is a cream bronzer. This is very cool toned, so if you don't like a cool toned bronzer, which is basically a contour, I wouldn't recommend it. I did get quite a bit of wear out of it originally, and because I still enjoy the product, don't get me wrong, but I have been enjoying more of a warmer toned bronzer, so I haven't been using this as much, but I do intend to get my use out of this, don't you worry. And I have found that this works good with a brush and also with a sponge. So if you prefer to use your cream products with a sponge, I think it'll work beautifully with that as well. Okay, I don't have any more cream products. The rest are just cheek powder products, and we're gonna go ahead and hop into Fenty again, and this is her bronzer and Mocha Mommy. I love this bronzer, love it to death. I did hit pan, and immediately, basically when I hit pan, I stopped using it because this is an expensive bronzer and I honestly don't want to repurchase it. But I really enjoy it. It's really nice, really silky. It is a matte finish, so in case you are wondering, and I do enjoy it, but I don't want to repurchase it. I am looking at her cream bronzers, but I don't see a shade that I'm actually really intrigued with. The darkest one looks too cool toned, and the one up to that doesn't look warm enough for me. I don't know. I might still get it. Who knows? Next is a blush, and this is from Juvia's Place, and this is the Afrique blush. I really enjoy this. This is a tomato orangey red. In my viewfinder, it looks like my camera is not doing this justice at all, but this is a really, really pretty blush. You don't need much of this product. It is extremely pigmented, and I can't wait for Juvia's to do more single products. I'm hoping they come out with bronzers. They haven't yet, but if they do, you can betcha I'll be one of the first people to review it because I love bronzers and I love Juvia's Place. Next are the last three cheek products that I want to talk about are all from the same brand, and they're from Marina Beaute. This is a powder, and this is in North 300 Ebony. This is a nice warm powder. I've used it as a bronzer. During the summer, I could probably use this as a face setting powder. But it is matte, nice, no fuss, no muss. Then the next one I have from them is North 03 Degrees Terra Rouge, and this one is an even warmer powder, and this is technically a blush in case you were wondering, but you know, yeah. And then the last one I have is another blush from them, and this is in North 01 Degrees Chocolat, and this has a splash, just a splash of shimmer all throughout this product. This is a lot less warm toned, a lot more of a neutral brown shade, but I enjoy this just as much, and I think that this kind of gives me more of a sheeny bronze, which I do enjoy a lot. So yeah. Oh, I almost forgot. My three favorite cheek products, or my three favorite cheek palettes, are all from Black owned brands as well. I have the Beauty Bakery Blush Lighter palette. You guys know I use this almost every day. Almost every day I use one of these two shades. I love it. I am honestly still surprised that this shade does not have pan. There's quite a good dip in there. Hopefully by the end of the year I'll have pan in this palette. I can't wait. I love that palette so much. Next, I have my first blush palette from Juvia's Place. I do have pan in this baby. Very, very pretty palette. I love this to death. And I can do my full bronzer, blush, and highlighter with this palette. So I really do enjoy this one. And then my lash blush palette is a collaboration with Fumi, with Juvia's Place, and there it is. I've heard recently that this did re-release, so if you want it, go for it, sis, because it was out of stock and low-key off their website, so I thought they weren't re-releasing it again. Okay, the standalone powder that I have is, of course, once again, Fenty, and once again, I hit pan. As can you see? There you go. As you can see, I hit pan and I stopped using it because I don't want to repurchase. This is a really good powder. Like a lot of people were surprised that this did not give any flashback, any craziness, because it is white. It's really, really good at mattifying. I do find that like a lot of mattifying powders, it's better if you blot first and then you matte down. But if you just matte down with this powder, it still does work as well. Overall, really enjoy this powder, and I don't want to repurchase it, but I do need to get rid of it. Like, I need to use it. Like, I have quite a few powders. I can use this and move on to the next thing. And what you've all been waiting for is all of my palettes. Like I said, I just picked a couple. I have multiples from various of these brands, and I didn't want to have all of them in my lap. For Auntie Pat, I just picked the one, and this is the Dark Star palette. I enjoy this palette immensely. The only thing that I kind of wish that this palette did that it doesn't do is that this gold came out and it actually was a silver. I wish, but other than that, really enjoy this palette. I haven't used it in a while. I really should reach for this again, but I'm not mad that this is in my collection by any means. Then I have one of my favorite palettes from last year and just overall, and this is the Slayer palette by I Slay Cosmetics. And this is a very, very pretty rainbowy palette. I love this palette. The formula is beautiful, highly pigmented, just overall a really, really good palette. Highly recommend it. Then we have Colored Rain. I just finished doing a 3 Looks 1 palette with my Vivid pigments. So in case you are wondering, I do have videos on this palette on my channel. And I also pulled out my Queen of Hearts palette, which was the palette that really gave them their start, really blowing up on the scene. I enjoy this palette immensely, and every time I reach for it, I remember why I enjoy it. Okay, next we have Makeup Addiction, and Makeup Addiction is a really, really underrated UK black-owned brand, I believe, and this is a really, really pretty palette. This is their Simple palette. I do have a 3 Looks 1 palette with this one, and then I also have their Meadow palette, and I do have a video using all the shades in this palette on my face. I enjoy both of the palettes, and yeah, highly recommend their products as well. Second to last brand, our palettes I'm going to talk about, is Juvia's Place. Of course, I have quite a few from them. A couple that I pulled out is the Saharan palette. Really, really enjoy that one. And then I also pulled out the Festival palette. Really crazy, bonkers eyeshadow color scheme situation, but I enjoy the palette nonetheless. And then the last palette, which should have been in the face palettes section, but it was on my lap here, so I forgot about it, is my Fenty Beauty Killawatt Foil Freestyle palette. And I enjoy this palette a lot. I can use these for different things. I can use this as a bronzer. It's not the best, but I can use it as a bronzer. I can use this as a blush, and then I can use all the rest as highlighters. So really enjoy this palette. Oh, I also have another highlighter from Fenty. It's the wet one that nobody thought a person in my complexion could wear. I have that too. So yeah, this is my collection when it comes to black owned brands. I will be extending the product I already have. So just stay tuned, subscribe if you aren't, so you can see. I think that's it. I'm gonna say that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, y'all,